All right, it's your girl Sandra D, the main event, and welcome to my channel and to my community of love and unity. We will be talking about hair just a little bit, but we're not talking about food, but we will be talking about the narcissist. All right, so you guys, before we get started, I wanted to address a question that was actually asked in the community. And the person who asked the question said that they wanted to talk about hair because they were suffering from losing 70% of their hair. And so I'm touching on this subject, which can connect also with the narcissist, okay? But I also wanted to come with my update as promised from one of the videos that I did when I said that I was going to give you guys an update on the lace wig that I created. So, this is the lace wig, okay? And as you can see, I traced this area because this is like where I wanted to make sure I stopped, and I could not actually see where to stop, and I didn't want to go too far and then lose the essence of what I was creating and then mess up the whole wig. So if you see these little blue marks, that was just me highlighting it so that I would know where to stop when I was done, okay, and not go past that area, okay? And so this is the front, okay? At least I think, yeah. And then this is the back, okay? And then this is the actual whole thing that I did. Now, I did maintain to put this in braids, okay? I will be taking the braids out. I haven't decided if I wanted to dip it in hot water and with the braids so that it could give it like that little crinkle wavy look, or if I'm gonna take the braids down, still dip it in hot water and take a brush and take out any waves in it so that it could actually be bone straight. This hair is synthetic hair. This is 30 inches of hair. On this cap, I used an actual German needle. I think it was German needle. And on the cap, I was able to attach one hair strand at a time on each hole. Okay? And it took me a very long time to finish it because I didn't do it all the time. Okay, when I first started, this was a project I was doing as I was healing, going through my healing with the narcissist, detoxing what happened to me and realizing what happened. And this was just one of the projects that I was working on because I had invested in school, an actual online wig making class. There was a seminar that was in Vegas that I did go to because I felt like I needed help. But from that point on, after going to the seminar, I was able to actually understand how to use my German needle, how to actually insert it, and how to get it onto the lace, by doing a knotting technique. So I use a single knot. So any of my wig makers out there, I use a single knot technique on one strand of hair through each and every hole of this lace. Okay. It took me a while to do it. I cannot tell you how many hours that I actually did because I wasn't keeping track as I should have. I know I put over 230 hours in. I could tell you that for a fact. This right here is considered a heavy density, okay? Which means it's a lot of hair. It's a lot of hair. So I'm excited that I finally finished this one. I am going to do another one, but this time I want to do pink hair. I just haven't decided when that was going to happen. Also, what I wind up doing also was creating a book, okay? And this is a blueprint hair planner, okay? It's a workbook, okay? And it's called I Bet, and it's called I Beautify Economical Troubles. And pretty much what this is consistent of is how to save for a hair emergency using as little as $5, even 10, okay, when you get paid. So if you get paid every week, that's how much you want to put to the side. If you get paid every bi-weekly, that's what you want to do, or save what you can. And you're probably saying, hey, Sandra D, the main event, why so low? Because you want to maintain your goal of actually being able to achieve it, and it's for an emergency. So if you're already getting your hair done, this won't affect you from getting your hair done. So you can continue as that being a part of your regular bill. This is just added as a way of not feeling like you have to go pull money out that you need that you won't miss. So if you start low, you'll begin to see it build. So if you're interested in this is a whole guide, a whole budget guide to show you how you can save monthly on how to save for a hair emergency that can and does happen every now and then. So since we're on the subject of talking about hair, this is also available on Amazon.com where books are sold. All right. So now we're going to talk about the question that was asked in regards to this individual who suffered some hair loss. So I did answer some of the questions already, but just in case, if there's someone who does not recognize some of these things, I wanted to make sure that I answered this question in the video. So regarding narcissists, with the stress that the narcissist brings into your life with their toxic behavior and how they are manipulating your emotions, as well as how they are playing these mental games, can cause you stress. And you can lose hair. So if you start seeing a lot of hair, like if you go like this and then you see globs of hair in your hand, that's stress. And stress is one of the number one things that can also cause for your hair to begin to fall out. So if you are in a relationship with a toxic person and you haven't experienced any of these types of ills before, it could be because of your relationship with the toxic individual that you are with, called the narcissist, who is causing an extra amount of stress on you. Now, it could also be work relatable. I mean, if you have a job and you're in a toxic environment at work, or you have a lot of priorities and you got a narcissistic boss, okay, it could be stress related at work. But if you know that your employer is a narcissist, or your coworker is a narcissist, or the person that you're in a relationship with is a narcissist, these could be the things that are causing your hair to fall out, because stress will cause your hair to bail. The other thing you need to check is, are you allergic to any hair product? Have you used a new product? Have you switched to a new shampoo? Because there may be something in that shampoo or hair product that you're using that you're actually allergic to. And you're having an allergic reaction. And I know that most people think, oh, I'm not itching or I don't see any blisters. Sometimes you're not going to get those combinations. Sometimes what you'll get is your hair falling out. That can happen too. You could be, if you wear extensions, you could be allergic to the hair extensions. And you're like, but it's human hair. Yeah, but there's also a chemical that they're using in order for that human hair to stay intact. And that applies to also synthetic hair, because there are things that are being used on these products to where they're shipping it to where you may be allergic to. The next thing that causes hair loss is that it's hereditary. It's something that you're not going to be able to avoid because it runs in your family line. So these are just some simple things and tips to let you know where you can go back to trace to see if it's any one of these things. Now, there are other things that can cause hair loss, but I did not want to go too far into this subject because we're still on the subject of talking about the narcissist. But because this question did come up, I did want to make sure that I addressed it. Now, one last thing before I get ready to wrap up this video. You want to check any new products, anything hair. And what you want to do is you want to actually do like a patch test. Now, when it comes to product, you just need you a Q-tip or a cotton ball. And you just want to dip that product. Okay? And you want to put it right here on your forearm, right in the inside here. And what you want to do is see if there's any red bumps or any irritations that you may be feeling, because that is going to let you know that you are allergic to something. Sometimes it comes up right away, and sometimes it can come up 24 to 48 hours later. But just remember that when you're doing that test, if it doesn't come up right away, still wait a few hours, still wait a day or two. And if nothing, then you know it's not the product that you bought. Okay? Also with the synthetic hair, my suggestion with the hair, human hair, synthetic hair, whatever type of extensions you got, get you a small piece. Okay? Get you some scissors. Cut. Just like a little small. I don't know if y'all can see that. You don't need that much. Okay? Ball it up into a little ball. Okay? Get you a Band-Aid and put it right there and let it sit. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting that you do it that way is because you need to know if you're allergic or not. Now, what you can do if you are having an allergic reaction to your extensions, the best thing that you can do is really wash them before you install them. Okay? And what you want to do is make sure you have a capful or two of apple cider along with some hair conditioner. And you want to soak those extensions and submerge them in water and make sure you leave it there for a few hours. Now, it's best if you really do it overnight, but an hour or two will also work. Then when you get ready to rinse it in cold water. Now, you're probably saying, why I won't use shampoo? Because depending on the brand you get or depending on what type of human hair it is, you may damage the cuticles. And You don't want to do that. And you don't want to mess with the texture. So use a hair conditioner, because hair conditioner, actually, if you guys didn't know, it works like a, what you call it, for your clothes, a softener, because that's what they use in shampoo. Some of y'all probably didn't know that, but I'm telling you that. And that's why it's so gentle to use on your hair, and why some people don't use shampoo to wash their hair. They'll use conditioner and do a cold wash, because it's more gentle on their hair strands than a harsh shampoo. So after you finish washing your extensions in the apple cider and also the hair conditioner, you want to go ahead and do it again, but this time you just want to use the conditioner and then let the hair soak. Then once you're done, rinse it in cold water again, and then put your extensions on something that can air dry naturally. This way you're not disturbing the texture of the hair. You have fresh, clean hair. Whatever chemical was used on it is removed, and you should not be allergic to the extensions. That's not always guaranteed, but it is a step in the right direction to let you know that there just may be a chemical that's used on the extensions that you're actually allergic to, and not actually the hair. Now, sometimes it is the hair, and sometimes it's not some of the sealant that they use on it to maintain the hair. But the only way you're going to know which one is which is if you actually take the time to cleanse and cold wash and wash those hair extensions, let it air dry naturally, and you can still do a patch test as well. That way, you're not wasting your money on trying to get your hair installed. Excuse me, you guys. With hair extensions, and then you got to turn around and take them out because you're allergic. No, I don't want you to waste your investment, and I want you to be able to have that protective hairstyle that you're looking to have. So these are just some of the things that you need to be aware of when it comes down to hair loss. But the first thing is usually stress, and then follow some of the other steps. If it's not stress, did you change your hair product? Because you may be allergic to it. Is it your hair extensions? Did you wash them? And if you didn't, you could be allergic to a sealant or a product that they're using on those extensions to keep it intact. And then also it could be hereditary. Okay, it means that it runs in your family, and it's just something that's unavoidable. Also, the other thing that can cause hair damage too, which I'm going to make sure I get off this subject for a little bit, but I wanted to add this too. You could have did a hair coloring to your hair and left that on too long and damaged your hair. So now it's brittle and it's falling out from being over processed. That could go also with relaxers, perms, and hair coloring. Because what that does is using harsh chemicals on your hair and not following the directions, okay, will also land you of leaving a product in too long because you forgot, or you felt like the last time you did it, it didn't take. But what you don't understand is the reason why they have these instructions on the box to begin with is because that's there as a safeguard to keep your precious crown from being damaged. Now, don't get me wrong. Even when you're getting these chemical treatments, you're still changing the texture of your hair. So you got to make sure that you understand your curl pattern. You need to understand, okay, your hair texture, your hair porosity. Okay, you got to understand all of these things, because all of these things play an important role on maintaining your beautiful crown of glory. And I'm just going to leave that there. I'll see you guys in the next video.